Feel the thunder of the pitch, the roar of the crowd, and witness the rising of our nation. St. Lucia, this is the Semi-Professional Football League Season 2. 2 epic tournaments, 143 electrifying matches, 10 venues, 1 island, 1 heartbeat. From June to December 2025, 20 district football leagues will face off. Every match is a battle, every goal is a statement, and every fan is part of the legacy. Who will rise to victory? Play your schedule and be part of history. Visit semiprofootballleague.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for full match fixtures, live coverage, updates, and behind the scenes access. This is our season where passion lives and purpose leads.
This is a beautiful game and this is what we love.
St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League.
Leveraging football to transform lives.
Dream big, make it your own. Home Sweet gets you any style of home. Be yourself saying home sweet home. With a home sweet mortgage, you are number one. Home sweet, home quest, home flex, home switch. Need a new home, we get it. Home sweet, home quest, home flex, home switch. Act now when you won't regret it. POSL. Bank of St. Lucia's enhanced home sweet mortgages are designed around you. Home Flex, a home equity line of credit. Home Quest, for professionals building new dreams. And Home Switch, time to bring your mortgage home to us. Home Sweet Mortgages, make it your own. Home Sweet, Home Quest, Home Flex, Home Switch. Need a new home, we get it. POSL. For more information, call 456-6999 or go to bankofstlucia.com. POSL.
In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives.
This is the Semi-Pro Football League. Feel the passion, feel the vibe. Leveraging football to transform lives.
St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League.
Let's go! One shot to create your greatness. It's your time to make your name. It's more than just a way of life. This is more than just a game. This is one more reason why we unite with each other. So here comes one more season. This is football to unite the world. When we come alive, we just excite the world. Celebrate emotions and ignite the world. Let's make sure everybody knows it's the Semi-Pro League and this is what we love. Let's go! Oh, 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 this is what we love.
Can we all stand in the proper posture to acknowledge the national anthem of St. Lucia?
Today, please be aware of the stadium's emergency exits and follow the instructions of the stadium staff in case of an emergency. Food and beverages are available for purchase at the concession stadium. Beverage, non-breakable bottles. Throughout the match, please keep the aisles clear and refrain from standing in prohibited areas during the game. We hope you enjoy today's match and thank you for your support. Let's have a great game.
Of course, good Sunday afternoon coming all the way from the Philip Marcelette grounds down here in Vieux, and it's the culmination of the weekend matches in the Semi-Pro Football League, in the Premier League to be exact. And today's game is featuring the newcomers to the league, South Castries. They come up against the defending champions, Clery. The big question is, will Clery come out of this game to be the only team to have a 100% record left in the big league? Elijah Williams in your company alongside the critic, Tennis in Glasgow.
The game has been dubbed David versus Goliath. Good afternoon to everybody, near, far, wherever aspect you may be on the globe. Always nice to have you folks in our company. So, David versus Goliath. Goliath decked in the, purple? Purple versus red. South Castries. And as we say so, we can see some fans from the Clery setup. They're making their way into the facility. Eli, a good game. It should be a good game. It's a while we haven't seen Clery play. Clery was out on regional business.
Correct.
So let's see if they can now focus on domestic issues at hand. But it could be a stern test for them, despite South Castries not having the impressive record. But they're a team that will test Clery to a certain extent.
Yeah, and let's try to get through the team news quickly. For South Castries, Bernard Antoine, who suffered that collision a couple of weeks ago, is back in the goal for South Castries. Chad Alfred, Nye Henry, who is the captain, Michael James, and Derek Plummer. They make up the back four. Cadiz Mondesi, Stephen Octave, and Kalen Harry are the three-man midfield. And Rashad Eugene continues down the middle. He's flanked by Klein Morris and Kevin Joseph. For the Clery squad, Devon Senpri, ever present in goal. Josh Harrow, he comes back into a left-back berth. Had played there for the majority of last season. Donneil Lionel, Ajani Hippolyte, unfamiliar to the central defense, but he deputizes in there today. And Ronham Cooper, normally deployed in midfield, is in the right back. Milan Jules, a new name to the Clery outfit. Jonathan Allen and Jamanuel Xavier, they make up the midfield trio. And the front three will be Malik Senpri, Johan Degazor, and returning to the fold, moving Central Main.
And as we continue, we see South Castries just remaining comfortable with the football, just making some passes in the backline area, trying to see if they could draw out Clery. Clery, of course, defending champions of the league. Basically, just keeping the shape. It's early days in the contest. You don't want to overextend yourself. And as I say so, it is an interception for Clery. Clery continue. And we see the dreadlocks at the back just dealing with the situation at hand. However,
Henry. Johan Degazor on the ball there.
Of course, you could see loads of one-touch passes in the area, intricate passing there by Clery. Clearly shows you what we should see. That should be the intent with Clery. Basically, just trying to use the back line of South Castries as mannequins.
I think moving Central Main coming back into the lineup for Clery is a big difference. The fluency that they would have shown in games gone past, that was sort of missing in the first two outings. Andres Remy, moving Central Main, of course, Johan Degazor, Malik Senpri, that four, sometimes Malik deputized by Yannick Noel. That front four played together for quite a bit. They know each other. They bounce off each other seamlessly. And I think moving Central Main coming back into the fold will assist Clery this afternoon in terms of how fluent they are in the front line.
All right, so it all depends on their communication, their timing, making some timely runs, running into space, and try to confuse the backline for South Castries to see how best South Castries can stick to the guns and ensure that they make it difficult for them and probably try to hit Clery in the counter-attack.
At the start of the fixture, Critic, I don't know if you were making a prediction by dubbing this David versus Goliath, because we know how that story ends.
Well, the story ended a long time ago. You know, I think it was BC. It was certainly BC before Christ. So that's a long time ago. But it's an interesting facet, an interesting line, as a matter of fact, often used in sports. So it's good. Let us see if history can be, changed around this afternoon or rewritten to a certain extent.
Some conversation with the fourth official there. The man in the middle today is none other than Carson Stanislas.
One thing we must also make mention too of is, despite South Castries, Eli, not where they want to be on the table, which is going to be difficult because they're just making their way to tier 1. But they've always stuck to the principles and philosophy. This South Castries team basically keeps that ball on the floor and ensure that they play a passing game despite whosoever they're up against, whether it be a top team in Clery, whoever they face. We always see a good show of football by South Castries.
Well, as I've indicated beforehand, Clery are the only team to maintain a 100% record, 2 wins from 2 matches, and they'll be looking to continue along that vein. Of course, they just came off the regional duties, playing in the CFU Club Shield, drawing against FC Rincon, and second match winning via default. The club out of Haiti was a no-show. Of course, that competition was a Swiss format, so 6 teams in the groups, each team playing only 2 games. And from your 2 games, the group winner would have gone on to the semi-finals. So, not what we used to in terms of, group competition. You normally play everybody in the group at least once. That was not the case. So, had to sort of judge where Clery was at. I saw that game against FC Rincon, and I felt Clery should have come out winners in that game. Unfortunate how they conceded, and they had a number of chances that they could not convert, but let's see if they'll do better here.
Time to refocus. That, of course, that competition will have given them a little experience, higher level competition, different surface, different atmosphere. But now it's time to buckle down and get 3 points in your local league as defending champions. Give a good showing. So far, they've been doing very well. It's just an instance to goalkeeper that's fumbling again. Clearly, you could see he's in a little bit of pain. I think he might just brush up the player's boots. Might just have just got onto his facial or his face area. Yeah, you could say. He has a little injury.
I think he hit his own self.
Yeah, but like I was saying, Eli, it's time for the Clery team just to refocus. And so far, they have been shooting the ball pretty well against the surface. Remember, we had the Philip Master ground with natural grass, and nothing better a footballer loves but to play under this temperature. Makes the ground a little slicker. Your passes can really be worth something based upon how the pace onto it, and it's not too hot. This is the ideal temperature to play football in.
Yeah, not only is the surface slick, but more importantly, there's no mud. So that means the ball is rolling, and Donny Lionel there. Is it mopping up there?
Basically, you have to be strong and brave in that tackle. Any miss would have led the South Castries attacker going forward.
Well, that's Darren Joseph. My apologies there. The number 27 for Clery.
South Castries is able to intercept in midfield.
Just a little correction. Earlier on, I would have called Donny Lionel in the center of defense for Clery. It's actually Darren Joseph, his regular partner. Donny Lionel, not a part of the team sheet today.
South Castries is very patient in their build-up. Sempre controlling the tempo, the rhythm of the team, up to go all the way back, recycling the football.
Well, Clery, one of those teams that are. Look at a shot there by Central Main.
Very
just
good shot.
wide of the right upright.
Very good shot.
I was just about to make the point that Clery is one of those teams where several players can play in several positions. And we see Ronham Cooper, who's normally in the holding midfield role, deployed in the right back position today.
Yeah, you want versatility in your squad. I think this is the modern way of football these days, where coaches try to get the best out of players to not only have them play one position, but be versatile and adapt to certain conditions, because it is very difficult to get a squad of just players who can just be suitable for one position. You probably call those players utility players or Swiss knives.
Yeah.
Like a Swiss knife.
Knife.
That's right.
Yeah. But you know, it's sort of difficult to pin down maybe just one position for some people. Like Malik Senpri, for example, we've seen him play in central defense. We've seen him play in midfield. We've seen him play as a striker. And we know him as more so as a striker.
As a striker, yeah. But I don't know. For some reason, I would love to see him play as an out-and-out striker or as a 10. I think he's more influential when he plays these positions. I think he's more responsible as well, because he has an array of experience and can really get the ball at the back of the net. I guess it's a coaching setup, but Sempri is certainly one that can leave a mark on any football game he's involved in.
Yeah, definitely. Loads of experience for this Clery team, particularly at the national level.
Good. And as we say so, we see a forced shot from just outside the area. Clery is still able to maintain possession. A foul there. We see Chad on the back of Sempri. And these are one of the instances young players need to understand as well. So we see Chad tackling Sempri, but if you look at it, Eli, Sempri was not in a dangerous position. So he basically just had to allow the play to develop and just fall back and mark rather than put in a tackle. And we see that a lot with a lot of young defenders.
Just a little over eager to get a tackle in, as we see Degaza put that ball in, flicked on then.
And as a result of
that Saint-Romain
as a result of that tackling situation, free kick
created a dangerous situation for Clery.
There you go.
Degaza on the left peg. That ball was flicked on. Can make out Saint-Pri. Malik Saint-Pri.
Look like it's Saint-Pri, yeah.
Has come out with that goal there in the 15th minute of play. Malik Saint-Pri heading Clery ahead.
Certainly they will take it. And again, like I mentioned, young players take note of that. There are some areas where you don't have to tackle. You could shadow or zone rather than put in a tackle that is not needed. So as a result of that, Clery, they take the lead. And let us see how they can continue. South Castries would have themselves to blame, knowing fully well that they could have done better.
Well, South Castries has found the big league tough. They ran through the Super League last season unbeaten until they got to the final. But they'll be finding the Premier League stuff as it comes. They are at the bottom of the table on 1 point. So they really need to get something from this game.
Yeah, they have to play out of the socks to get something, because clearly Clery is in the mood based upon their movement, their passing. They are in the mood. Let us see if South Castries can put a spoke in their wheel. Like I say, it's going to be very difficult for South Castries.
Notwithstanding, South Castries have been very organized throughout this competition. You've said something when it pertains to Sufa, and I think it pertains to South Castries as well. They need a little bit of luck. They need a ball to drop their way. They need a ricochet, something to happen, to put them in that sort of position. They've played good football. They've been very tenacious. They've been in every single game that they've played. They've not had that little bit of luck that you need. And sometimes you make your own luck, but sometimes it's gifted to you.
Yeah, you need a little element of it. That comes from you working hard on the pitch as a group, the football gods they'll give you that every now and then, but like you mentioned, South Castries and Suffer just not able to call on the football gods just yet. But it will come. It's a long season, but it's something to be mindful of. And remember, we always mention, Eli, that the game is won in midfield. As much as you have to, put the ball behind the net, but the team who can control the midfield will be the team who will be successful. And so far, you could see Clery has had the better of it. South Castries have been trying to come down, probably for the flanks, but it's very, very difficult for them. And there we see a quick recovery there by Clery gaining possession just after a free kick.
Yeah, and despite the fact Rashad Eugene is a very competent striker critic, he's not the biggest in terms of stature. And so to go the direct route from South Castries to try to lump the ball up to him and expect him to hold it off against this Clery outfit, as we see Central Main bearing down on goal, and this time strikes that one with his left foot, drags it wide.
Again, Eli, composure, experience, should have carried a little more, get into the box area. If you realize Buju was available. So these are part and parcel of what the young players need to encompass in the game. All well and good you break away, but the shot, a high percentage shot, needs to be carried a little further. Ali carried the ball a little further, would have had a shot on goal or probably a cutback for his teammate.
And young players, right, moving Central Main, just 19 years old, but already capped at the senior level for St. Lucia.
Goal kick to South Castries. Again, they find it very difficult to come out of the half comfortably.
Good distribution there by the keeper. Unable to hold on to it. That's the point I was sort of making earlier on. You go route one against this Clery team. I don't know that South Castries has the personnel to be able to hold that ball up against the defense of Clery. So they sort of need to be able to play the intricate passing game and basically inch the ball up the field. The route one will just cause Clery to recover possession immediately.
Yeah, but the problem that they're having is that to get past the midfield of Clery by making those passes. If you realize Clery has sort of a medium press. So anytime they get halfway into their own half, that's where the medium press is employed. That's why South Castries have to go to route one.
Well, that means South Castries is pretty much caught between a rock and a hard place. Probably need some change in strategy. See how they can get the ball up the park. Maybe have to depend on set pieces to get their bigger guys up the field. Or maybe challenge that way. But as it stands right now, Clery has pretty much been in control of this one right through. South Castries have not been able to pose any threat just far. Clery really using the entire width of the pitch.
Yeah. I think Clery has shown a little more patience going forward, but you would want to kill off this game as soon as possible. I mean, you got a situation where you're leading 1-0, but a little more pressure from Clery. If you have that control, you have to make it count. They've been quite dominant in possession, but you have to make that possession be meaningful.
Central Main today apparently has gotten instruction to shoot on sight. That's his third shot attempt already. As easy as it gets, critic. Simple ball played out to the flank, squared across. Degazor slams it into the back of the South Castries net, and if they were up against it before, they're really up against it now.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about earlier in terms of squaring the football, and that's a perfect example of what it is. A through ball, run into the football, put your head up, put it in an area for Degazor, and Degazor making no mistake, they're slamming that ball home. 2-0 in favor of Clery. Clery, that should be their go-to game, because you have a slick surface. Once you can get that ball ahead of the defense, it will be tough for them to recover.
It's been the Degazor and Saint-Prix show so far. Degazor being the provider for Saint-Prix's opener, and now Saint-Prix returning the favor, each of them having a goal and an assist. Been looking to join the party.
Yeah, South Castries needs to buckle down in midfield, because too much time and space allowed for Clery to pick those passes. Clery enjoying possession, time, space. Seems like it's going to be a long night for South Castries, Eli. They can't get hold of the football, and if you don't have the football, it's going to be very difficult for you.
Yeah, particularly with the experience of the Clery players. We just saw Josh Arrow on the ball there, composed, not rushed. You know, tries a little nutmeg right near the touch line. It's going to be difficult for the lads from South Castries. This is where they need to get a little bit of luck, like we said earlier on. Harrow just getting clipped there. But he's a tough guy. He's back on his feet.
Offside call. Yeah, Harrow is a tough guy, man. You know those corned beef tins? So when you look at a corned beef tin, it's an ordinary tin, right? It is how it is, bulky and short and stuff.
That's not what I thought you were going. I thought you were saying without the key, it'll be tough to crack.
No. The layout of the tin. So it's a tough tin.
Stocky.
That's right. That's the word I'm looking for. That's young Harrow. You ain't getting past him just so. Interesting pass right there. Eli. Situation there where South Castries could have made more with it.
That was a bit of luck.
Yeah,
that was a bit of luck they needed.
Yeah, a little lackadaisical on defense there for Clery. The player not taking the opportunity. Probably went in there half-hearted, you know. Oh my goodness. And that is where now he was supposed to carry and take the shot to goal. There's no need to pass that ball on, because he was basically by himself. So instructions had to come from his teammates.
All too easy for Clery. Emmanuel Xavier just having his way. That's as if they're under no pressure whatsoever, critic.
Yeah, I mean, they're the more experienced team. They're the better team, no doubt. And they're playing to form. Because you mentioned they just came from regional competition. It's a while they haven't played in the semi-pro league. So they're basically just trying to get back into the realm of things domestically.
Xavier also a very young player. Clery has a good blend of youth and experience in the squad.
That's something we have always mentioned. You must have a good balance. The signal has been given. A little better, no, a little better. But you could see the intention from Harrow to get that ball coming back in on the back stick. That is very, very difficult to defend. That is correct, yeah. So the goalkeeper would be indecisive if to go, to stay, but somebody would have made the run to the back stick and then hit it back in the box area. Good effort. Good defending there by Clery. Clery regaining possession, playing to midfield. One touch there by Sempri. A little too much on this one. Offside call there. South Castries trying to keep composure and keep possession. Ball played to the right flank. Too much to do.
It's too easy for Clery, critic. Too easy for Clery.
The passing game for South Castries, I can see what they're trying to do. However, they have some little even passes every now and then. Sort of just giving the ball in the midfield area. And they have to basically hustle it back. But that's a lot to do, a lot of running.
Well, Javon Benjamin has a task on his hands. Still about 15 minutes to go before halftime, and he'll have a lot to think about. He's going to hope that his team does not concede again. And he's going to be able to make some sort of adjustment. But right now, this Clery team is getting pretty much whatever they want against the South Castries team.
There's another loose pass there by Chad. The Gazo in the area. Ball comes across, good defending there. Quick recovery. Every time South Castries believe they have a chance and they get into midfield, Eli, and they lose that football. South Castries in possession right now.
Yeah, rare misplaced pass by Clery forward.
Keep in mind as well, the scoreline, South Castries been down 2. But every time they get the football, you would swear that they're the ones leading. You need to pass that ball a little quicker in midfield because you know they're going to be coming at you. Many a times you see the strikers, they make runs, whether it be to the left or pointing where they win that ball, but that pass just don't seem to come.
Well, I was speaking earlier on about South Castries being in every game, being very tenacious, causing problems for the opposition, despite the fact that they've not really picked up points. But Clery is really making it look like a training session this afternoon at the Philip Master grounds in this first half.
Like a scrimmage. There's a searching pass. He was able to get his foot onto it. Clery under no pressure. Clery just basically have to move with the advice of the instructions given by the bench, find out how much time within the half, that kind of information, and just basically manage the game from now till the 90 because they have a comfortable lead and basically no pressure per se from South Castries.
Yeah, Clery treating South Castries players as if they were cones.
We see an interesting cross. There's nobody in that area, nobody there. Going back to the skipper, another Sempre.
So is that the family for Clery?
Yes, that's the family name, yeah. Sempre.
Talking about all of the... and Degazo up there. And
good save by young
good
keeper.
Save, very good save.
Good save.
On a couple of occasions we've seen that ball sneak another goalkeeper in that very goal. But very solid there.
He's a good goalkeeper. I mean, it's unfortunate he got injured in the last game, but you can show he shows the bravery of the youngster. He doesn't want to miss a fixture, and he's back within the frames of the goal and still keeping his team in the game.
If you're wondering, his name is Bernard Antoine and he's only 17 years old.
A little pressure there from South Castries. They were able, Clery was able to deal with it. Good defense there by South Castries. Clery is still able to keep that football. Degazo playing a through pass. Coming across. Offside flag being raised. Clery had a chance on the counter attack, but the defense for South Castries was able to recover. No doubt the coaching staff or coaching setup for South Castries would be taking their notes within the first half and see how best they can adjust the tactics or adjust slightly what they need to do to have or improve on the second half. And we see a player going down. needing some attention.
Put Zane Pierre up on his feet. He had pretty much been a spectator, no need for instructions to the squad. He's taken a little opportunity to give some instruction to a young Jamanuel Xavier. We have this little stoppage in the game.
I was about to say it's a cooling brick. But the Philip Massive ground is so ideal tonight. I like the temperature. Remember, we do have a blockbuster of a game in the next fixture. The North versus the South. Extreme North, that is.
Versus the extreme South.
Two extremes. Approaching the 40-minute mark. As soon as that ball gets into the half of Clery, quick recovery, quick interception, and they're back in possession. Clearly a foul.
Players calling for caution. Don't know if the tackle necessarily warrants a caution. Let's take a look here.
Nah, not every foul is a card. It's a little shrug. You know how it is. The game is a game of emotions. Appeals will be made. So the official in good position to deal with it.
I don't think he had the best of games last evening, Carson Stanislas, but he has shown some resolve.
You're referring to the man in the middle?
Yeah. That game last night between Canaries and Central Castries kind of got out of hand, particularly in the first half, but he's shown his resolve. He's come back 24 hours later. He's been handling this one pretty well. Just too easy, Tennyson. Too easy.
Yeah.
The left fullback is dribbling through like that. Again, I think he got it right. I think the defender has the right to his position on the pitch.
Yeah, again, you could see the reaction from the South Castries players that, clearly they understood what took place. So good officiating right there. Meantime, South Castries trying to recover.
There's the manner in which the player jumped off of the pitch. He knew. He knew.
Yeah. They're really trying. If it's one thing I must applaud them for, despite the domination of Clery, the South Castries team, they are really trying. That's what you want from a squad. This is how you learn. This is how you gain experience. This is how you build yourself for battles. For some reason, I just felt this is what he's going to do. Try to shoot from all the way out there.
Hopefully the players can keep their heads. I don't think there was any malice in there. He fouled the player fell, stepped on him inadvertently.
It's a little unfortunate. I don't think he meant to do that. Yeah, I don't think he meant to do that, Eli. This happens in football. This is where players need to keep their head. I don't think it was intentional, you know.
Sometimes players just react to the outcome.
Yeah.
Not acknowledge the.
And not only that, too, you run so much already in this game and chase shadows, and you're down 2, Eli. You want to break. You want something to fall your way. I know.
Sanpri needs to keep his head there.
I can't. If it's one player from South Castries, Chad will play full 90 at full 100 for you. He doesn't back down. He's a player. He's a no-nonsense player. I think Chad plays football the same way his sister runs. No nonsense.
And at the half, Clery an easy, breezy 2-0 over South Castries.
coming out of the bag. Seven, six. And let me remind you that 4 digits of the ticket, or 4 in your purse or your pocket. Find your number, the 4 last digits of your ticket. To hold on to your ticket all tournament long. Motorcycle. Ticket number 42, the last 4 digits on your ticket from this DJ book. You don't need to keep yourself. Who is, of course, and the bouncing, you're spending your money on the woman. Well, I have another ticket out of the bag. I have another ticket out of the bag. Ticket number 4494. 4494. Number 4494. Are you in the building? Give yourselves some prizes there to this early side. Yeah, man. Ticket number 4494. Are you in the building? Well, I called 2 tickets. The first one I called was 4276. The other one was 4494. I call the next one. Ticket number 7918. Remember, 4 digits for the ticket. Alright? Last 4 digits of the ticket. 7918. I have for me that I see nobody coming for the prize. We're giving away to the sea, brothers, sisters. Come on. Don't forget to know second game here tonight. Boys of the North. Boys of the South. Any winners yet? All right. Here we're going to have a small goal challenge on the boys. Yeah. Small goal challenge for the boys. Yes, Stanley. Show me those 7 times and let it affect. But I will never put too much on my face. I never 7 times to get in a stress. Jaja will never put too much on my face. All people have for them trouble. Let them be with them trouble. Margin wine of them trouble. Get them down and them trouble. Buckets for them trouble. House tickets for them trouble. So pull up for them trouble. But no matter what they try, I just keep on rising, rising. Oh, that just is rising, rising. Ain't no sense of smile. Oh, the trials at the base, I just keep on rising, rising. Oh, that just is rising, rising. Well, before. Never, never have me before. Back to boy. I want to know. I got to go. I know what to know. One more day, all of the good you hear. Like I start telling me. One more day, and all the way. Life gets straight and great like you was doing. So fly like procrastinate. Look over my right hand. I feel great. I remember the day. Because I guess I stayed in a lot of slave. The day you leave, the day you leave. I started to see my way.
And we're back with live football action at the Philip Marsalis grounds, and they were waiting on us because immediately the official Carson Stanislas points to the penalty spot. Just take a look at that. Unfortunate for the defender there. Unfortunate for the defender, but it is a penalty kick. And Clery will now be looking to build on the 2-goal advantage from the first half. Juan De Gazor taking a run-up. Sends the keeper the wrong way, and it's 3-0 before we could even tell you our names. Elijah Williams and Tennyson Glasgow, the critic, in your company for the second half.
The guys are making no mistake from the spot, thereby getting himself a brace, taking the scoreline to 3-0 in favor of Clery. Again, rather unfortunate for the young defender. That ball just ricocheted upon his arm, and of course, you know the laws of the game, so certainly it's a penalty. It is a penalty. Eli again, another stumbling block, another mountain for South Castries to climb.
Yeah, and the rain is steadily coming down at the Philip Marsalis grounds, and if anybody's feeling it right now, it's South Castries. They'll feel like they're standing in the rain all alone. So you see the offside flag go up there. Referee says play on. But Clery has had an easy time of it. Would have expected Coach Siobhan Benjamin at the half to give fresh instructions to his troops, but before 5 minutes into the second half, those instructions would have probably gone out the window as they find themselves under the cosh, down 3-0. As you said, Juan De Gazor with a brace, and the other goal scored by Malik Saint-Prix. So would you say De Gazor assisted himself on the penalty? He was the one that won it and he took it.
Basically taking in front. Nothing wrong with that.
2 goals and an assist for him so far in the game.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Goal and assist for Saint-Prix. Clery, just a lot of fluent movement there right now. Good save there.
Yeah, South Castries have to be careful right now. We don't want to see Clery run up a cricket score. And in saying so, your team won a while ago, Eli, the West Indies. As I mentioned, cricket.
Correct.
Yeah.
Via the DL method, tying the series 1 apiece.
That's right. Duckworth Lewis. Football, have Duckworth Lewis, man.
All sorts of trouble there for South Castries. The fluent movement of this Clery team. Winning a foul there is Milan Jules, young Milan Jules. I think this is his first appearance for Clery. Would have played in the Roseau Valley League, from my information. But he's in this Clery team, slotted in seamlessly.
Yeah, we just saw a little glimpse earlier on before the foul, Eli, of the fluidity with Clery. That's how much comfort that they've had. They're having a lot of 1-touch and 2-touch passes and just putting balls into the area. It should be a very interesting cross. De Gazor is behind this one, in swinger. We want a little more purchase and height on this one, and a little more whip, like how Donovan Jabatis does it for Canaries.
Well, I was just about to say, if you can't get the ball over Chad Alfred's head, then you know it doesn't have enough height.
Something is wrong. You must, of course, try to beat that first pole and find that boy in an interesting area to get something out of it.
Better ball in there by De Gazor. Almost an own goal there.
Interesting defending.
Defender heading that one over his
own
crossbar.
bar. Yeah. Very interesting.
So the save, it's a good save there
Very
by
good
Murad
save by him,
Antoine.
yeah.
That ball was driven in there by Harrow and Antoine sharply down to his left.
Well, we've spoken of the exploits of the goalkeeper. Back stick this time. Another corner for Clery.
Well, I don't think you can fault him for any of the 3 goals.
No.
He's done what he could have done in under the circumstances, but you know the way the Clery are playing right now, critic, it's like you go into a party and the music hits you, and just as you think, okay, I'll take a drink by the bar, another song comes and you just want to continue dancing. That's sort of how I see this Clery team right now.
Yes, but there's also the saying, Eli, that when music hits you, feel no pain, you know.
They feel no pain for sure right now. Eh? As a matter of fact, South Castries is feeling no pain. But you know, West Indies people, we can relate to that. West Indian people, we can relate to that. You know, and that's when you think you've done with the dancing just for now.
Yeah.
Another song comes and that's your song too. So you want to keep going.
You continue, that's right.
Yeah. Emmanuel Xavier, they're clipped there and he's on the ground. Carson Stanislas stops the game to check on him. He looks like he's in some considerable discomfort.
Yeah, may have just clipped the side of his foot. You know those new boots don't offer much protection.
There's no need to surround the referee.
I don't think you want to exaggerate on what took place. I mean, it's a contact sport. There was nothing malicious in there.
I think they're making mention of a previous infraction they may have spotted. The referees will miss stuff, just as players will miss shots, will miss passes. The referees will miss stuff from time to time. But to be fair to Carson Stanislas, he's been doing pretty well so far this evening.
Mm-hmm.
But me saying that does not make it hurt any less for Jamanuel Xavier.
He has to deal with his pain.
Safe to say, first time for the season, we've seen Clery look like the well-oiled outfit that we know them to be, critic.
Yeah, and also, I think the opposition lends to that as well. Because in the first 2 instances, they were under the cosh to a certain extent and they were not informed per se or game ready per se. But tonight you could see clearly that, you know, even the exploits in the regional competition may have just added to some more added sessions in practice. And now we see a more patient Clery being able to deal with every little attack that the South Castries team may throw at them. And also in attack, they seem to have a little more patience as well.
Yeah, from my information, they were, despite the fact they only played 1 game in the Club Shield, they were also able to get a friendly game or 2 in during their trip. That would have been good to allow them to play against different opposition with a different style, a different approach to the game.
Yeah, so basically now they're just implementing what they did for the layoff. And it's a comfortable game for them. We see a little breakdown in communication with the backline for South Castries, which leads to a corner. Again, failing to beat the first pole. Slight tackling, a nice soft surface. And also credit must be given to the ground as well, Eli. No puddles of water. The surface keeping true to itself. I think this is one of the grounds that is up there when it comes to natural surface. So the Philip Master ground is passing the test based on weather conditions.
Christian Beers replacing Kalen Harry. And I believe I see the youth stature of Karim Mondesi on the sideline.
He's making his way onto the pitch. Always interesting when he comes on.
And it looks like he's going into a familiar defensive position. Replacing Kevon Joseph. Interesting, midfielder and a winger substituted for a defender and a midfielder. So wondering if we're going to see a change of shape. Maybe 3 at the back for South Castries, allowing them to send an extra body forward in search of a goal, maybe?
I wouldn't do that. I try to keep that score line to a respectable score, and by doing so, you'd have to revamp your defense, yes, but keep shape and not play too loose. But the problem South Castries have been having from day one is the control of midfield. This is where the Clery have dominated, hence the reason why that they up 3 goals to 0. There is a chance for Degazo to run at the defense of South Castries. Good defending there. It's a corner. Oh, a player getting attention. Seems to be a Clery player. About to resume. It's a corner for Clery.
Degazo always puts in such a dangerous ball.
Very tasty. Just
And with
begging
either
for
foot.
somebody, yeah, just begging for somebody to get on to the end of it. Yeah.
That's what Karim Mondesi is in there for.
experience being used there by Clery. Another substitution there for Clery. Searching pass there from South Castries, unable to connect. Clery looking quite comfortable, just stroking that ball in their defense. Good defense there. Again, South Castries not using their midfield, trying to bypass the midfield and play a long ball, and they have not been successful.
Too easy. Clery just playing rings around South Castries, unfortunately chasing shadows this evening at a well-lit Philip Masley ground.
Yeah. And that midfield for South Castries certainly has to be revamped.
Well, it appears that Michael James was moved into midfield and he was replaced by Karim Mondesi in the center of defense. That's what it looks like. Probably in an attempt to add some more steel to the midfield in terms of trying to recover the ball. So far, it's much the same for Clery.
Yes, having their way throughout. Every time South Castries gets hold of the football, they outmarked in midfield, and the ball is quickly back to Clery.
That's way too easy. Look at that. And St. Romain is in then. Unselfishly gives up the hat trick to Yuan Dega. So he could have notched his first goal for the evening. It's just so easy. So easy, Tennyson.
Well, that's the sort of football I would love to see Clery play. But again, I guess it's based upon who you up against. but good interplay between the two, and that showed the worth of what the attack can be when they are strongly focused on what they're doing. The guys are getting a hat trick. You would think by now probably the coach may just take him off because I think he's putting a good shift, but good finish, good passing between the two, and the defense for South Castries basically were not able to deal with it.
Yeah, Central Main putting the pressure on, winning the ball and combining with Degazor on a couple of occasions, which ultimately led to a tap-in for Degazor, and he's 3 goals to the good. Clery's 4 goals to the good. And like my dear friend Tennyson would say,
curtains. Yeah, surely will be curtains, and we might just see 2 more goals in this one, because the mood is certainly up right now.
Yeah, their song is playing, critic. Their song is playing. They want to dance.
That's right. The dance floor is open.
Of course, this result would shoot Clery up to 2nd position with a game in hand.
After Mabuya.
After Mabuya, they would have conceded no goals and scored 8 if the result stays as is, but there's still about 20 minutes to go. Yeah, they've scored 2 in the first half, 2 in the second half thus far.
It's a long time. 20 minutes is like a marathon, you know. I think that's what he meant to do, but it worked out in the end. Foul on the player, man down. A lot of little fouls here and there, Eli. I think we've seen that before. When you're down 4, you want to leave the pitch with a little respect. So any little player going to get by you has to feel your wrath. But the main wrath is the scoreline.
I think the largest margin of victory we've seen so far in the semi-pro is 5 goals to 0. That was Mabuya Valley versus Choiseul. But Clery are threatening to not just level that, but usurp that in the last 17 odd minutes plus added on time. For the first time this season, though, I can say that the energy levels of the South Castries team kind of look
it kind of dropped.
Deflated.
Yeah. Normally they're a team that would, despite the scoreline, they would fight on and, they would probably want, get on with it. But clearly, I think they're a bit deflated. Clearly a game they wanted a better showing, but the scoreline may have just really set them back.
Of course, if Devon Senpri in goal, it's almost like having 12 outfield players. Very competent, very comfortable with his feet.
Has the ability to play up front as well.
St. Romain riding a tackle there, riding another one, dragging the defender along with him. That must be a yellow card. Hanging on to his coattail there for way too long.
Yeah. Yeah, the players need to calm down. The referee has taken charge. The players receive his yellow card. Let's get on with it. Should be another interesting free kick. I guess who's behind this one again? Degazon. Everything he touched tonight has a good result at the end of it.
Doesn't turn to gold, but turns to gold.
That's correct.
Bending, swerving, dipping a little too high. Opportunity here for South Castries. Can they pull one back? Scuppered there by the national keeper Devon Senpri. Alfred needs to keep his head here. You don't want to go down to 10 men. Already down 4 goals. You want to go down to 10 men.
Just relax.
And these Clery players, they're very much gamesmen. They know how to rile up an opponent and cause them to make a mistake.
Keep yourself in the game. You don't want to do your team that. You work hard, yes, the result is not going your way, but keep your head up and keep yourself in the game.
Yeah, Coach Siobhan Benjamin might want to do him a favor and
pull him out.
Probably replace him.
Yeah.
Senpri looking for his brace there.
Yeah, Chad doing pretty well to recover and block. Night of football, good finishing. We saw some draws last night. Tonight we're getting a goal fest. And
we got the goal fest, but it was a draw.
Draw, that's right.
3 goals apiece, 1 goal apiece.
And we still have another match. Another intriguing one. Strong whistle there, foul. Still 4-0, the Clery team having the way for all the 90 minutes. Merci beaucoup. South Castries still trying to battle their way through. Free kick there for South Castries in a very interesting position. Can they get themselves on the score sheet to at least show some face in the encounter? It have to be a perfect free kick, Eli. Some dip and whip. Power as well. To get past Saint-Prix. Saint-Prix, of course, wanting to keep a clean sheet. Good save there by Saint-Prix. Just moving to his right. And just tipping that ball over the bar. So now it's a corner for South Castries. Not ready just yet. Ball comes across. Foul right there. Clery recovering. Certainly, Eli, the coaching staff of the Clery team will be happy with this result. Of course, what you want is to stay off injuries, put in a good shift, good display, score some goals, get your 3 points, and head back on to Northeast Castries.
I think it's Castries North.
And no more Northeast? Ah.
Castries North now.
So they took off that cardinal point. That cardinal point doesn't exist anymore?
There's East Castries, there's North Castries, there's South Castries, there's Southeast Castries,
yeah, so
Central Castries.
So where is Northeast? Northeast has disappeared.
I don't know, maybe it's a line between North and East.
So it's North Castries, all right. But we can say clearly it was a workout for Clery. I don't even think that they changed gears in that encounter.
I don't think they did it either.
Yeah. Of course, she's trying to mount a little raid, goal raid. Nothing came out of it. No end result. And it's a goal kicked for Clery. Just a little interruption in play, but we resume for a goal kick for Clery. South Castries trying to get a little consolation goal. Substitution, Marlon William coming in for Milan Jules. Substitution there by Clery. Not much time left in the encounter, Eli. Approaching the 90th minute. Of course, pretty soon we'll know how much time is added on for stoppages. Meantime, we still see South Castries trying to get on the score sheet. It is much of a task for the South Castries team to get past Clery. Throwing. Sempre just hitting that ball all the way back in defense for Clery. Ball comes to the right side. Clery still able to keep possession of the football. And as I say so, South Castries took control, but still some time left in the contest. Simply not much to do in goal today. Probably has had more touches with his feet than to make any saves in goal. Meantime, we see a attack on the right side. Snapshot there by Clery, however. Nothing came out of it. It's a free kick to South Castries deep in their own half. The sound of the whistle brings to the end of the first encounter here at the Philip Master Grounds. Contest between defending champions Clery and South Castries. Game ending in favor of Clery, 4-0, Eli. A scoreline, I think we predicted it, but we sort of anticipated it.
Yeah.
And South Castries now have to go back to the drawing board and see how best they can show face in the next encounter.
Yeah, emphatic victory there for Clery. Of course, a hat trick by Yuan Degazon. That's it for us for this first encounter. You can keep checking out the live stream, because in just a few minutes, at about 8 p.m., it's our second encounter for the evening. It's Grosley coming up against the home team, V4 South. Elijah Williams and Tennyson Glasgow signing off.
Okay, folks, I'm here. I'm here with Curtis Paul, the assistant coach for Clery. Clery putting in a good shift. You guys just came back from exploits of regional competition, now getting back into the semi-pro league. How emphatic, how ecstatic to a certain extent. How do you feel about this result?
This result was we're excited about the result, and we're looking to continue making it better for Clery and also for the standard of football in St. Lucia.
So clearly that you guys, of course, you have your objectives, your plans as defending champions. Do you think Clery has it enough to repeat as champions?
Yes, we have been putting in the work, and you can see based on the way that we play a very fluid game, and the players are allowed to exploit their own talents and just implement what we have taught them, and it has been working. So we expect that, but we expect a lot of challenges because nothing good comes easy.
Challenges. I didn't see any challenges. You guys basically like a walk in the park. But that's football for you. You can only play what is before you and going forward. How do you see it? Any motivational skills you guys have to employ to keep this team focused? Because as you know, whenever target.
Definitely. What we try to do, we try to keep our players to be as well-rounded as possible, because sometimes you have a defender, he gets ill, and you need somebody to substitute. But the substitute must be as good as the first 11. So we try to keep them as well-rounded as possible, so that they can be able to execute whatever we want in whatever position that we put them in.
All right, Mr. Paul. Thanks for this. Thanks for your time, and of course, we wish Clery all the best going forward. All right. Okay, I'm here with the captain of the South Castries team, Nye Henry. Despite the scoreline, Nye, I still see you had your team stay within the contest to a certain extent. I mean, when you speak of football, persons look at the result, but the makeup of the game. What can you take from this game?
Today coming up against the champions of the first tier was a real challenge for us. I mean, kudos to them. They showed their talent today, why they are champions. I mean, I just had to make my team remember why we are here, how we got here, and that we can still put in the fight despite the scoreline, and we're just not going to lie down and let you all run over us. You know, we just got to show the fight.
So basically it's a process for your team, it's a journey for your team, and you want to keep them on track because these are some of the experience that they can take from those encounters. That's what you're saying?
Yes. I mean, I was speaking to my goalkeeper during the game, and he told me that he still have his head up, above water. So that gave me a little strength, being that the journey I'm on, it's still going on. I'm still part of it, and as I say, I just continue to try to motivate them as best as I can and continue the football, trying to spread the love, the leverage in football. I mean, with what's going on in the country, I'm trying to just show the young men that football is a way out. I mean, so I'm just staying with the young guys, my team, and just showing them that we're going to fight in spite our result. We're going to keep fighting.
I like what you just said, especially with basically having them to channel their energy in the right direction. So from this loss, what can you go back to camp with, and what do you think you guys need to work on, especially coming into your next encounter?
Yeah, I think it's just more us looking at ourselves within training, the manner in which we train, how I'll say it, we come to train our full 100. We don't come to training lackadaisical or with second thoughts, when we come to training, we early for training as well, and that will help us together, building the team morale, the togetherness within us. I think that could help us crossing the line, and as I say, we're going to be trying to work on it coming our following games. So yeah, just trying to help them stay focused in training and stay in focus for the remaining of the games for the tournament.
All right, Nye, thanks for your time and all the best going forward, yeah? You do the same. Have a good night. Yes. Come on. Yeah, This brings us to the end of our first game. We just witnessed the defending champions, Clery, getting past South Castries 4-0. We ask you to stay tuned to the stream. We have one more game where the home team, V4 South, will take on Grozile.